Hello, 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 everyone. It's Brenda Eason, founder of the Black Business Owners Network, also founder of Black Wall Street DC, Operation Save DC, and this is our 30 Days of Giving. Tonight is all about transformation, letting go of what no longer serves us and stepping boldly into who we are called to become in this new year. This is your moment to reset, refocus, and elevate your life. Again, I'm your host, Brenda Eason, and I'm truly excited about what's in store tonight. We are blessed to be joined by an incredible woman who is passionate about growth, purpose, and helping people walk confidently into their next chapter. Our guest, LaTalya Palmer, will be gifting us powerful insights and practical tips on personal transformation for those who are called to be more and are ready to stop playing around small in the new year. This is a space for growth, clarity, and intentional elevation. Just to tell you a little bit about LaTalya Palmer, she is a breast cancer survivor, author, and entrepreneur who transformed her greatest battle into her greatest mission. Diagnosed in 2017 with one of the most rarest and most aggressive forms of breast cancer, she published her first book the very same day. Determined to leave a legacy, today, 8 years later, LaTalya is thriving as a certified coach, applied hypnotherapist, and founder of her own procurement consultancy. She is also the creator of Soft Girl Flow Lifestyle Coaching, where she empowers women to reset, realign, and reignite their lives with ease and abundance. Through her travel business and transformational retreats, she blends coaching with curated experiences that inspire women to live softer, fuller lives while exploring the world. So get ready, grab your notebook, open your heart, and get ready to take it all in. It's time for the new you. In the new year, it's transformation time. Let's give a warm welcome to LaTalya Palmer. Welcome, LaTalya.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Brenda. I'm looking around like, who's she talking
Nah, talk about you.
about? You know
Yes.
how we just live life one day at a time.
Mhm.
And when we have an opportunity to sit and reflect on the things that we've done, we often can't believe that we've come through some of the things that we've come through. And, you chose just the most perfect subject for tonight as we get ready to wind down 2025. And that is transformation. And all of us are in a constant state of transformation, whether we know it or not. And this year, it was said that this was the year of the snake. And so this was the year to shed. And in
Mm.
order to transform, we must shed.
Yes.
There are things that we hold on to. I know that you had a phenomenal session on Wednesday regarding grieving.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wish I could have made that session because I know that was transformative.
Yes.
And so, in the process of grieving, we must shed, right?
Mhm.
In order to move into a new state and a new space. And so, there are many ways that we transform our lives. And before I talk about 2026 and the new year, I want to talk about right now, right? How many of us set a goal or plans for 2025 and it didn't quite turn out the way we wanted it to, right? I know I can raise my hand on that one. There were some bold things that I wanted that I either did not focus on, it wasn't the right time, I didn't have the energy to continue to pursue. Whatever it was, there were some things that fell by the wayside. And I don't want to take any disappointment into 2026. I don't want to grieve over the things that I didn't get accomplished in 2025. I want to shed that. And then I want to move into a space of identifying what must change before I move forward. And so tonight, I want to walk through the acronym IGNITE. Because when you're transforming, it's about igniting some things that are going to help you get to that new space. And so the I for ignite is about identifying those things that you want to change and identifying those things that you want to leave behind.
Mhm.
You talk about a new you talk about a new year. It's about a new way of being, a new way of thinking, a new way of seeing, a new way of perceiving, a new way of carrying yourself as the person that you are becoming, right?
Right.
So after we identify the things that we want to change, the things that we want to leave behind, we want to get clear about who we're becoming.
Mm.
It's important for us to embody the very thing that we see ourselves being. So if your goal is to increase your income, what does that feel like? What does that look like? How who would you be as this person? How would you think? Right? What are the limited beliefs that you would get rid of? What are the ways that you would kind of how would you see yourself, right? So oftentimes we want something that we can't imagine ourselves having. Remember when we were young, they said, if you can conceive it, then you can achieve it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I
They used
remember.
to tell us that in school. If you can conceive it, then you can achieve it. Or if you can see it and believe it, then you can achieve it. You know,
Mhm.
multiple variations of that. But that is the truth, right? That is a part of how we manifest. If we can't conceive it, if we can't see it for ourselves, if we can't embody it, if we can't feel it, then there's nothing for the manifestation to latch on to and to express, you know? So
Mhm.
we have to understand and get clear about who we're becoming. We can't be the lottery winner who wins the millions of dollars and then lose the millions of dollars the very next year because we haven't become a millionaire from within. We are a millionaire in paper and cash, right? But if there's nothing for it to lock into, then we lose it. Does
Mhm.
that make sense?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And so the other piece of getting clear about who you're becoming is understanding that your nervous system has to regulate, reset. You talked about resetting earlier. We have
Mhm.
to reset our nervous system to receive the very thing that we want to experience. We may want success, but our nervous system could be traumatized from a past betrayal or a past experience where we moved 2 steps forward, something really traumatic happened and we took 5 steps back, and so now we're afraid to move forward. We may be afraid to be seen, right? And so, your success may be based upon you having the ability to market yourself, which is what you do. You help other people to market their businesses. Someone may want that success, but they may be silently sabotaging themselves because there are things within them that are conflicted, right? You consciously want it, but subconsciously is you're like, no,
Yeah.
no.
Mhm.
I'm not responsible enough for this. I can't trust myself with all of this money. Whatever that inner conversation is, could be a blockage. And so it's important to reset your nervous system. And once you reset your nervous system, you are able to change the behavior in order to call in and lock in the success and the change that you want for the new year. So after we go through I and G, then it's N, neutralize. Neutralize what's holding you back. Many of us have such charged emotions around life in general, right? Negative feelings, charge negative feelings about ourselves, charge negative feelings about other people, being in collaboration with folks, not trusting others. Again, earlier I talked about not trusting yourself. we have this internal dialogue that goes against the very thing, again, that we want. And so we want to learn to neutralize that. And for me, what I teach my clients, especially through hypnotherapy, is becoming an observing, just being a neutral observer of the things that you're thinking about yourself, how you're feeling about yourself, what comes up for you as you are trying to go after your goals. In what areas do you sabotage yourself? In what areas do you see life trying to get your attention while you're pursuing your new goals? Being an observer, writing things down, and understanding that sometimes things come up because they need healing, they need you to address them, and they will more oftentimes than not move out of the way for the next challenge, right? But you want to be observant. You want to be able to release guilt. A lot of us carry a lot of guilt about things that we can't change, guilt about, who we may have been in the past, um, guilt about actions and behaviors that we are participating in the present that don't serve who we are and where we want to go. As a part of transformation, releasing guilt, shame is critical, because if we move forward with guilt, with shame, we're going to produce more experiences that's going to intensify those feelings for us. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And so that's part of the transformation work, right? Transformation sounds so beautiful. Like we think
Mhm.
about when we're kids and Cinderella just kind of turns into this beautiful princess, the rags turn into the riches and the pumpkin turns into the carriage.
Right.
And that's like that's how we grow up kind of thinking about transformation.
Mhm.
But as we live more of life, we understand that it's going into those muddy waters, like the lotus flower, right? The lotus flower sits on top of the mud, but it blooms into something really beautiful as it's sitting in the mud, right? And so
Mhm.
another important thing to neutralize as you're in your state of transformation is neutralizing judgment.
Mhm.
What I should be doing, what you should be doing, what you could have been doing, what you should have been doing back in the day to get you to where you want to be today, judging yourself for the actions that you didn't take yesterday and the day before yesterday, telling yourself that you can't do it now because you couldn't do it before. We have to release the judgment. The judgment is like an emotional and mental jail,
Mm.
right? And we want to be free as we are transforming
Yes.
into this new being, this new you, into our new year. We have to set ourselves free. And releasing, neutralizing judgment is a way to do that. Any
Mhm.
thoughts so far?
Mm. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm thinking of like a butterfly that transforms and
Mm.
a new you. It's beautiful, like you said.
Yeah, yeah, a butterfly. And so the butterfly is first a caterpillar.
Right.
It is first the caterpillar, and it goes through that metamorphosis and
Hmm.
turns into something that it did not expect, more than likely, because you only go through it once, right?
Right.
Unlike us, we go through multiple transformations
Hmm.
throughout our lives. And like the caterpillar, it could be restrictive, right? That judgment, that guilt, that shame, keeping us in that same mold. But when we free ourselves of that, then we are able to blossom and bloom into someone beautiful and bear the fruit of that transformation. And so, and then the next I
Hmm.
is to initiate small things, right? I'll tell you, I am one of those people, Lord Brenda. I
Man.
will I'll know what I want, get very clear about it, but I want it yesterday.
Yes, that's me.
Oh my God. And then beat up on myself when I can't move the mountain.
Yeah.
But it's not intended for me to move the whole mountain
Mm,
or to create the thing in one day. It's the journey, the process, the
mm,
steps
mm.
that are helping us to become.
Yes.
That's what's important.
Right.
So, your 30 days, it's one night at a time.
Yeah.
It's not
Mm,
the whole month in one night, right? And
mm,
so sometimes we can overwhelm ourselves trying to take the elephant starting at the butt as opposed to turning around and starting at the trunk. You
mhm.
know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And so we want to gain that momentum by initiating the small steps, because what we know is that the inspiration, the motivation has to be present in order for us to sustain the energy that we need to create
Right.
what we want in 2026.
That's so true.
We know that life is going to happen. There are things that are going to come about that we did not expect, did not want, didn't ask for, and it may just throw us off of our path. But it's important for us to be able to center and to dig into the spirit that we know holds the energy, the passion, and the momentum that we need, the vision that we need to continue to move forward despite of what life looks like.
Mm-hmm.
We are connected to a source that can provide us all the things that we need. We just have to remember. And part of remembering is identifying the things that we want to let go of, the things that we want to change, right? Is getting clear about who we're becoming, neutralizing all of those negative feelings so that we can receive the very things that we're asking
Mm.
for.
Right.
And then to initiate those small steps so we can take one step at a time and let those small steps be bold. They don't have to be big, bold steps. They can be small, bold steps, right?
Right.
But we keep our momentum and we take it one step at a time. And our T is to trust the process as we're transforming.
Mm.
It may get ugly. You may see parts of yourself that you didn't know existed.
Mhm. Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, you may see parts of other people that you didn't know existed.
Mm.
However, we have to trust that we're going in the right direction and that everything that's coming up, it's about how we look at it, how we perceive it, how we handle it. We can handle it as something that's coming up for a healing. Allow ourselves to heal from it and move on.
Yeah. Move on.
And keep going until the job is done,
Yes.
right? Until the vision is fulfilled.
Mm.
And so as we're trusting, we're also trusting God's timing, knowing that we may have started something 5 years ago that was dear to our hearts. It may not have come into fruition, but don't give up. If the desire is still in your heart, God is still working through your heart to fulfill that desire.
Right.
So continue to trust the process. And if you get to, let's say, June 2026, and that's no longer on your heart, something else bloomed out of that original desire.
Right.
Don't be afraid to leap forward.
Yeah.
Leap into the new. You took the steps along the journey to get to that point in time. And God said, I got something else for you, baby.
Mhm. Yes.
Let's take this little detour together. And that's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay too. And our E is for elevation.
All right.
E is for elevation. Elevation starts with identifying what you're currently tolerating that's not serving you.
Mm.
So it's important to ask yourself, What is it that I'm tolerating that's keeping me mid-level, that's not allowing me to flow? Once you get clear about what you're tolerating, you begin to raise your standards. And as you raise your standards, your life begins to elevate, right? Because you're
Mhm.
vibrating on a different level. You're doing a different thing. You're making bigger, better moves in your life. You're gaining a different type of momentum and a different type of energy about yourself.
Mhm.
And so as you're, moving, you're also, again, you're trusting, you're neutralizing those things that don't serve you. All of those things are at play simultaneously so that you can have a full experience of transformation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as you're setting your goals, just know that it's not the action steps alone that you have to take to reach your goal. You have to do the inner work to experience the true transformation and live at a new level in the new year and to show up as your new you.
Hmm. Yes. Love
Yeah.
it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Remember that acronym, y'all. Ignite.
Yes,
Ignite.
exactly. And so I identify what must change, what you need to leave behind. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
G, get clear about who you're becoming. And neutralize those charged emotions, limited beliefs that's holding you back. The other I, initiate small, bold moves to help you keep your momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. T, you want to trust the process, trust the journey, trust timing. And E, elevate.
Yes.
Elevating mentally, elevating your thought world. I forgot to say that.
Mhm.
Elevating your thought world. Elevate how you see yourself. Elevate how you imagine your world to be, right?
Yes.
And again, it's not just about taking the action steps. Taking care of your inner world, elevating your inner space is going to help you elevate your game. Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
And again, remembering that 2025 is about shedding. Leave we How many days we got left? We got we I don't even know, 10, 11, 12, maybe 13 days.
Mhm.
um, you have time to do your healing work. You have time to release the things that you want to leave behind so that you can truly step in as a new being into 2026. It's not about walking in with the new shoes and the new bag that you got for Christmas, right?
All right.
You got to get that inner bag right.
I
You got to
love that.
get those inner steps right. So we're going to transform and we are going to have a phenomenal 2026 because we are on this planet to live out our purpose and to live it out with as much joy, love, happiness, and grace as possible.
Okay. So, so how can people stay consistent with their growth beyond January and avoid falling back into their old patterns?
That's a really great question. So, again, consistently taking the steps that we laid out, I would say if you could set yourself, one, it's important to be in a strong community. We will start there because if we don't have the support and the accountability, it's easy for us to not show up for ourselves, right?
Right.
More oftentimes than not, we're used to showing up for other people.
Mm-hmm.
When we have a space of accountability, we can show up for other people to say, yeah, I got that done, right? I did that. And while we're doing that, we're building our muscle, our inner muscle to learning how to rely on trust and be accountable to ourselves. So being in a positive environment, in a community that's going to keep you accountable is important. Second, have your rituals. Every successful person has rituals. Morning rituals are extremely important. Right before you go to bed, it's important to have evening rituals, right? You want to wake up in the morning in the mindset that I am here. It's a new day. I have a renewed state of mind, refreshed energy, renewed vision, and you feed yourself in the morning so that you can renew that energy, renew your mind, refresh your vision. That could be a meditation, that could be journaling, that could be mindfulness, exercising, of course, prayer. Um, Evening rituals can be spiritual baths, um, meditation at night, your night prayers, your night journaling, exercise, written exercises to release or eliminate limited beliefs. You know, whatever those rituals are for you, having those daily rituals is very important. Also, getting a coach.
Yes.
Every successful person has a coach,
Yes, they do. Mhm.
right? A lot of times we want to go it alone because of, you know, we are super people, right? Super
Mhm.
women, super men, we can do it. But when you're going to new heights and new levels, it's very difficult for you to even observe or identify when you're slipping, when you're going back into your default mode because you're so used to it, it's so comfortable with it, right?
Right.
It's important to have someone that's going to keep you moving outside of your comfort zone, helping you to identify patterns of thinking and ways of being that you can't necessarily identify because you're in it, right?
Mhm.
Someone who's going to help give you different tools to be that different person is important. And then, you know, I can go on, but the last thing I'll say is masterminds coming together with a group of people for a particular focus to elevate one another, get
Mhm.
new ideas, help sharpen each other. Masterminds are extremely important. So those are a few things that you can do to support yourself as you're moving through your goals in 2026.
Mhm. So we need to have a mastermind in the Black Business Owners Network because
That would be advisable.
yes, we
Mm.
always networking together. So just to have a big old mastermind would be great.
Yeah.
Even a small one, that'd be great.
And
Mm.
you can do a 1 day or a half day intensive, you know,
Mhm.
though but it's very important to be in that type of setting.
Yes, yes. Well, no, so many people feel stuck even when they want change.
Mm.
What are some mindset shifts people must make before true transformation can begin?
Brenda, I'll say to you the first thing is to believe that you can change.
Okay.
So many times we are locked into, knowingly and unknowingly, you know, we're locked into a certain way of thinking, a certain belief, a certain way of living, right? That we don't even believe that something different is possible for us.
Mhm.
And I'll give you an example from you know, my own experience. I went through the aggressive cancer battle, and one thing that has stayed with me is the chemo brain, right? And
Mhm.
so I was afraid to start speaking again because I would forget things. Like I'd be in the middle of a sentence and zone out. Like the
Mhm.
thought would just leave and
Mhm.
I'm stuck stuttering, you know, and I still catch myself. And I've learned to be patient with myself and hoping that other people would be patient with me,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And then with that is also my energy levels. Sometimes my energy levels get really, really low. And so I had been carrying that with me post cancer. And I had to just start saying to myself, LaTalya, you know it doesn't have to be this way, right?
Mhm.
And I had never considered that I didn't have to still be in that space, that I could literally begin to retrain my mind, take certain nutrients and you know, and renew it literally. I could do things to build my energy back up. I can shed that old belief that I have to stay in that
Mhm.
um in that cloudy space and that low energy space because I had cancer, right?
Right.
And so I had to believe that there was something different for me and that I could change and I could be mentally whole again, you know? And so there are people who are stuck in different spaces in their lives and don't know that change is possible for them.
Right.
And so, with so much compassion, I say, just allow yourself to think outside of that restricted box,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know,
I love
and
it.
allow your imagination to show you something different.
Must first believe.
Yeah. And when you embody that, you will naturally begin to take steps forward in
Mm,
another direction.
right. I love that.
I remember when I was learning how to drive,
Yeah.
my driving instructor said to me, red cars are the most dangerous cars on the road. I said,
Mm.
why?
Yeah.
And he said, because everybody's attracted to red.
Mm.
And so where your vision goes, you going the car gonna go.
Yeah, right. Right.
You're focused over there on that red car.
That's the way you going.
And so similar to our inner being. If we're focused on that red car, that thing that is not serving us, our behavior, our actions are going to continue to steer toward that. Yeah.
Where you, what I was saying, where your focus goes, energy flows.
Yeah.
That I say.
Yeah.
Yes. It rhymes and you can remember it and it's true.
Yeah.
So yeah. With Ignite, what can I get more information on Ignite and your book? Where can they
Yeah.
get it?
So my book is on Amazon. You can just search Ignite LaTalya Palmer and you'll find it.
Mm.
And to get more information about my programs, you can email me at Coach LaTalya, COACH, LaTalya, LATALYA, at gmail.com. And of course, social media, Coach LaTalya.
Mm-hmm. Any final words? Any?
Absolutely. As we move into 2026, just remember who you are, remember whose you are, and
Mm.
allow yourself the grace, allow yourself the opportunity to step into the bigger, greater you that God created you to be.
Mm. Love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
I just want to also say thank you for having me on the
oh,
platform. Uh,
absolutely.
I'm always happy, longing to share. There's so much that I've learned through all of the trials and the tribulations um,
Hmm.
that that I just want to be a vessel and to support another as they're moving, growing, and transforming.
You're definitely doing that.
Thank
Well,
you.
yeah, I want to thank you as well for pouring into us tonight. Your wisdom and your transparency, encouragement have truly been accepted and received, and is a blessing.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you here at the BBON. And I hope that everyone is walking away inspired, empowered, and reminded that transformation doesn't happen overnight. It really doesn't. But it does happen when you commit to yourself and to your purpose. Right? And as we continue Black Wall Street DC, Operation Save DC's 30 Days of Giving, remember the greatest gift you can give yourself is growth, healing, and the courage to evolve. Right. This has been Transformation Time, New Year, New You. Again, we thank you all for joining us and for being a part of Black Wall Street DC, Operation Save DC 30 Days of Giving. If you want more information, you can go to my partner, Dr. Rhonda Hamilton's website. She is running for mayor of Washington, D.C., so please vote for her. This is our initiative together, Black Wall Street DC, and it's at rhondahamilton4dc.com. Again, Rhonda Hamilton, the number 4dc.com. Just click on Black Wall Street DC and go down to our 30 Days of Giving. And giving it doesn't always have to be monetary. It can be your gifts and your talents, your inspiration that you give us, encouragement, transformation, like tonight. anything, we looking always looking for others to be a part of our 30 days of giving. That's all I have for this evening. It's Brenda Eason signing off.